In 1974, the F-14 Tomcat entered service with the U.S. Navy. It was the Navy's first operational fighter that had a variable geometry wing, sometimes called the swing wing. The wing could be used in the straight wing configuration to enable the Tomcat to land slowly on the tiny carrier deck. Once in the air, the plane's wings were swung backward into the swept wing configuration. This allowed the plane to fly Mach 2 plus. The Tomcat was built to be an interceptor, a dogfighter, and a fighter bomber. It was a fast, powerful, and versatile combat aircraft. It could fight in day or night and in all types of weather. Usually considered to be one of the best all-around fighters of the 1970s and 1980s. During that period, some called it the most feared fighter in the world. In April 1975, South Vietnam fell to the Communists. The Tomcats flew the last combat missions of the Vietnam War. They flew fighter protection over Saigon for the U.S. helicopters evacuating Americans and other friendlies. No communist aircraft entered the airspace. However, the Tomcats were shot at by communist ground forces. In 1981, Libyan combat aircraft began threatening U.S. Navy ships in the Mediterranean over a territorial dispute. The result was 2 Libyan Su-22 jets were shot down by 2 Tomcats. From 1974 to 1981, the only aerial combat the Tomcats had was the shooting down of the 2 Libyan planes. Not much of a combat record. Hollywood usually makes movies about warplanes that already had famous, spectacular combat records. In 1986, this was changed around when a Hollywood movie made the relatively unknown Tomcats famous. In 1986, the movie Top Gun, starring Tom Cruise, was released. Cruise played a pilot of an F-14 Tomcat. There were lots of heart-pounding scenes of zooming Tomcats. The movie was the most popular movie of the year in both America and the rest of the world. The movie made the F-14 Tomcat the most famous airplane in the world. For generations of people, the Tomcat was the symbol of American air power to the entire world. The Tomcats participated in the Persian Gulf War of 1990 to 1991. In 1995, Tomcats attacked Yugoslavian-backed forces in the Bosnian War. In the Afghanistan War beginning in 2001, in the Iraq War beginning in 2003. The Tomcats flew their last combat missions in 2006 and were retired from service with the U.S. Navy. The Tomcat was by then an airplane with 32-year-old technology. It was too expensive to operate. For every hour it flew, it required 50 hours of maintenance, compared to the new F-A-18 Hornet fighter that required only 7 hours of maintenance for every hour flown. The Grumman Corporation had made 621 F-14 Tomcats for the U.S. Navy. Specifications: crew of 2, 1 pilot who sat in the front, and 1 radar intercept officer. He sat in the back. He helped with a multitude of tasks, such as navigation, target acquisition, and electronic countermeasures. Length, 63 feet. Height, 16 feet. Weight loaded, 61,000 pounds. Wingspan, 64 feet with the wings unswept. 38 feet with the wings swept backward. Maximum speed, Mach 2 plus. That's 1,544 miles per hour. Ceiling, 55,000 feet. Range, 2,400 miles. Power plants, 2 jet engines, each producing 27,000 pounds of thrust with afterburners. Armament. It carried a 20mm Gatling gun and a variety of air-to-air missiles and air-to-ground missiles and a variety of bombs. It could carry a total of 14,000 pounds of ordnance under its wings and belly.